Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Courtney with Southern Owls. I'm so thankful you are here with me today. Today I'm going to be doing a wreath kit that you can shop on my website, which is thesouthernnowls.com. In this kit, you're going to get everything you need to design this wreath. So you're going to get pre-cut ribbon tails. You're going to get a roll of ribbon just like this, bundled up for your bow. You're going to get this beautiful Merry Christmas sign, a raised work form, and you're going to get 2 rolls of mesh. Now, I already pre-cut mine, but you're going to get a green and a red roll of mesh. Beautiful. This is 10-inch mesh. So I pre-cut the whole entire roll, 20-inch cuts, and you're going to get 18 pieces. Okay, so you're going to get 18 green and you're going to get 18 red at 20-inch cuts. Okay, so let's get going. I'm so excited. So this is a raised work form if you're new here. Let me get these ribbons out of the way because the mesh loves to get crazy. So this is a work form. I love using these. I'm just going to cut that tag off of there. And what I like to do is just kind of stand these up and get them ready for my mesh. Now, like I said, my mesh is already pre-cut at 20 inches, both rolls, so you're not going to have anything left over on these rolls of mesh. So I just kind of fluff that out just like that, and now we're going to get our mesh on our design. So you can start with red or green, it doesn't matter. And I am going to do cruffles. So you see how your mesh kind of just naturally wants to roll in on itself? We're going to use that to our advantage. So I start and I roll the mesh 1, 2, pinch the middle, walk my fingers over to the other side. So we're going to have a curl, and a ruffle in the middle. I start at the top of my work form. I'm just opening up a twisty tie and I'm laying that mesh down really tight into the twisty tie. We're going to do the same exact thing with our red mesh. So it naturally wants to go in. So about 1, 2. It doesn't have to be exactly 2, okay? But just 1, 2, pinch, walk your fingers over to the other side, staying in the middle as best as we can. And I'm going to go right next door to the green, open up that tinsel tie, and lay my red in. And you want to make sure you're getting it really, really, really nice and tight. And as you can see, not only did I do opposite color, I also did opposite direction. So this one's up and down, and then this one's going to go side to side. And we're going to do that all the way around. 2 times all the way around. So you're going to get really, really good at the cruffle method. So 1, 2, pinch the middle, walk your fingers over to the other side. Right next door to the red, we're going to plop in that green. Make sure those twisty ties are really, really nice and tight. So this mesh is just going to act as a base for our wreath. Going to act as a base so we can add a sign and our ribbon tails. So we're really just building the foundation of this beautiful, beautiful wreath that we're going to be creating. 1, 2, pinch the middle, walk your fingers over to the other side, right next to the red, lay in that green opposite direction. So this one will go up and down, and the other one is side to side. So we're going to go around the whole work form 1 time, and then we're going to go around again to really make it nice and full a second time. I like to start on the top. This is just how I've always done it. This is how my brain works. But if you haven't made a wreath before and you like starting on the bottom, that's totally fine too. That's totally, totally fine. There's no wrong or right way to lay down the foundation, okay? I'm just giving you the ways that I like to do it, and then you can take this tutorial and do what you like to do, right? Maybe you'll learn a new tip or trick from me. Okay, so that is the top. So now we're going to go around and do the same exact thing all the way around the bottom. Now, the only difference on the bottom, guys, is I don't really worry too much about what direction it's going on the bottom. I just always go side to side on the bottom because once we add in that second layer of mesh, it's really going to naturally just kind of fill in any of those little holes or gaps that we might create with the mesh. So same thing, just going right next door to the green, getting that really nice and tight in there. We want to make sure that our mesh isn't going to slip out later. Because think about this. This is going to be on your front door. Might be a little wind, right? You might slam the door a little too much. So we just want to make sure that our wreath isn't going to fall apart on our front door either. So just make sure when you're getting that mesh in there that you give it a nice, good tug at those tinsels. Like I said before, guys, my name's Courtney with Southern Owls. If you're loving my channel, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you here officially as one of my owlettes. I'm celebrating 25,000 followers over a year. I can't believe it, y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for everyone who's already subscribed. I'm always blown away. It's crazy to me. It's really, really crazy, and I can't thank y'all enough for being here and showing up every week and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're almost done with that first round of mesh, and we're just doing that cruffle method all the way around, and this is 10-inch mesh cut at 20 inches, y'all. 10-inch mesh cut at 20 inches. And this is called deco mesh. This is called deco mesh if you're new to wreath making. This is deco mesh with a striped border. I love using that little striped border. I think it just adds a little glam, right? A little fun glitz to the wreath. It turns out really, really beautiful. All right, last one, and then I'll show y'all what's it looking like, right? With just one layer. You definitely always want to do two. I mean, this is great coverage, but as you can see, there are gaps, right? You can still see that metal form. So that's why we want to go back around, and we're going to do another layer. Now, the difference between this is we're now going to do opposite color, opposite direction. Same exact cruffle method, but now I'm going to find the red. I'm going to put the green right on top, and we're also going to go in the opposite direction. So the red was side to side. Now we're putting that green up and down. We're going to do that all the way around. Same exact thing. Adding in that second layer of mesh. And you're really going to see the difference once you add in that second layer. This wreath is going to be beautiful and huge. Definitely Texas size. Y'all are new here. I live in Houston, Texas, in a small town outside of Houston, and I always say everything's bigger in Texas, and these are big Texas size wreaths. They'll definitely look beautiful on your front door. All right, guys, we're just moving right along. Y'all are doing amazing. Also, guys, if you've been here for a while on my YouTube channel and you're ready to level up your wreath making skills, I do have a private design group now called the Double Trouble Makers. I would love to have you over there in my private group. I teach over there weekly live. Some are pre-recorded, but I try to go live as much as I can so we can answer your questions. So I am one of the designers, and one of my really good friends, my wreath bestie, Lindsay with Tarnation Creations, is the other designer. So you're getting two designers over there in the private group, and we do design, and we also teach business, y'all. So if you need help with starting your business, launching your business, marketing your business, social media, all the things, we got you over there. So you can sign up for our private group at doubletροublemakers.com if you're interested. We would love to have you over there, guys. Also, if you go to the website, it will tell you all of the incentives when you sign up, because you do get some good incentives. So go check it out, doubletροublemakers.com. Okay, guys, we're now adding in that second layer to the bottom. And we're already, guys, it's already looking beautiful, super thick. I love it. Okay, I know it's October, September. I don't know when this is going to drop. It's September right now in real time. Actually, you know what? I think it will be. I think it'll be the end of September when this tutorial is live for y'all. I gotta know. Are y'all ready for Christmas? Are you ready? You gotta let me know. Now, I will say I don't have. I'm almost out of Christmas kits. I have this one, and I have a really cool. Ooh, another one that's coming out. And that's gonna be it for Christmas. That's going to be it for Southern Owls and Christmas. Now, I am collabing with two of my favorite stores to shop at, and we will be launching some more Christmas kits with creekroad.net and TMI Gifts. So stay in tune over here on YouTube, because those kits will also have YouTube tutorials where you can follow along, and I'll link where you can buy those kits as well. I feel like my YouTube just turned into Kit Central. But listen, I'm reading y'all's comments. I get messages from y'all, and when I design something over here on YouTube that's not a kit, y'all want the kits. I hear you. You want the kits. So I'm bringing the kits to YouTube, y'all. All the kits. And next year, 2026, is going to be insane for Southern Owls and Kits. So just stay tuned. Hopefully I'm not going to sell out as fast. I mean, I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I'm selling out of my kits, but hopefully next year I'll have a few more, and hopefully they sell out, but just not as fast. Because I always do feel bad once I sell out of a kit, and then I get those messages. Are you restocking this? Are you restocking this? I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not. Okay, so now everything's nice and secure. You just go back in, and you see any of those little holes, just move that mesh around, fill up any of those holes that you might see. Look how beautiful that is. Y'all are doing such a good job. Gorgeous. This is classic Christmas right here, which I love. Okay, beautiful Merry Christmas sign with the poinsettias. So now you're going to need to determine, what do you want the top? Where do you want the bottom? I'm thinking I want the red to really pop out around the sign. So I'm going to put the green right here at the top, and there's a green at the bottom and side to side. So it's going to look like this. I don't know. I just feel like that red really pops in the corners. So in your kit, you are going to get 2 pipe cleaners. This sign already has holes in it, so that's exciting. We're just going to get that pipe cleaner, and we're going to thread it right through our sign. And I like to leave it long, okay? I think it's easier to thread through. So I'm going to pull it through about 2 inches, and then really snug, twist that around. Okay, let's peel off these stickers too. Should we peel off the stickers? Oh, I don't know. Are they going to come? Oh, there we go. Let's peel off those stickers. You're probably not going to see it from the back, but sometimes my little OCD gets the best of me. Okay, that looks better. Okay, we're going to add this right to the top and bottom. I use those little tinsel ties as my guide to find the top and the bottom of my design. So we're just going to thread that pipe cleaner right through the wreath. You're going to make contact underneath the wreath where the wire form is, and you're just going to wrap that pipe cleaner around that base. So I always use one hand to guide, and I put one hand underneath my wreath to try to find that pipe cleaner. And you want it pretty snug, not super tight, but tight enough that it's not going to move around. So here we go. So I'm finding the form, and we're just going to wrap that pipe cleaner a few times around the work form. You just want to make sure that's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Oh, she's beautiful already. Okay, so let's get the hard part. That was the easy part. Putting the mesh, putting the foundation. It takes a little bit, but it's worth it. Hard part, let's get that ribbon out for the bow. So when I was looking at this sign, I thought a bow would be so pretty up here because this is blank right here. So up here in the right-hand corner is where I want to put the bow. So get that bundle of ribbon, spread it out. You should have two 2-inch ribbons and two 1.5-inch ribbons. You should have a cable tie and another pipe cleaner. So get all of that ready. We're going to measure at the 6 and give it a pinch. And then we're going to measure at the 10, give that a pinch, and bring it together. Now, this is glittered, heavy glittered ribbon, so you might have to give it a little love to make that loop. 10 inches again, come on in. And then we're going to cut at the 6. So that means we're going to have two 5-inch loops and two 6-inch tails. So if you're making this on the bow maker, it's going to be done like this, 6-inch, 6-inch, and then two 5-inch loops, okay? Now, same exact measurements we're going to do for this beautiful poinsettia ribbon, 6-inch, and we're just going to place it right there underneath our thumb. We're going to measure at the 10 again because that's going to give us 5-inch loops. 10. Perfect. And then we're going to measure at the 6. I'm always going to give you a little extra ribbon just for a little wiggle room. And now we are going to take this beautiful green canvas. It's really going to tie in that greenery on our sign. We're going to do a 6-inch tail. Excuse you. And then 4.5-inch loops. So now we're going to measure at the 9. Bring those loops together. So that is 4.5, 4.5. And then we're going to cut this off at the 6. Same thing. We're going to grab, I love this. It's so pretty. It's mistletoe. 6-inch tail. This one's going to be a little bit longer. We're going to do 9-inch. So it's going to be 4.5-inch loop. Measure at the 9 again for another 4.5-inch loop. And this one's a little bit longer because this is going to be our center loop. So we're just going to flip that ribbon right over our thumb to make that center loop. I'm going to do a little button loop, not super, super big. That's cute. And then we're going to cut off at the 6. We're going to grab that cable tie and we're going to thread that around our hands where we're holding the bow. If you're using the bow maker, you just wrap that right around the center and the pegs. Start getting it a little tight, and then you're going to thread that pipe cleaner through halfway and then get it super, super snug. Boop. Not crazy. We don't want to like make the bow sad. I don't know where my nippers are. Oh, hold on. Here they are. They're on the other side of the table. We're going to nip off that cable tie. What I like to do is wrap my pipe cleaner a couple times right there around the cable tie. We're going to set our bow down and kind of start fluffing it out a little bit, seeing what needs some love. Beautiful. And now we're going to find all of these tails and we're going to dovetail them. So dovetailing is just taking your ribbon, folding it in half, and cutting up at an angle. You're going to get a nice little deep V by doing that in your ribbon. So just fold it in half, cut at an angle. We're going to do that every single little 6-inch tail that we made. Guys, if you struggle with making bows, hand bows, you can always buy an easy bow maker. They are amazing and they really do help you out. So if you want an easy bow maker, you can go and snag one. Hold on, this guy's a little bit longer. Let me cut him down. That looks better. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to add in our bow. to our wreath. And like I said, I want it up in that top corner because there's nothing really like in the sign right there, and it goes opposite. See those poinsettias? It's going to go opposite, so it's going to draw our eye up there into the corner. And I'll flip it around, and I'm going to use this twisty tie as a guide again. We're going to thread that pipe cleaner through that mesh because we want to make sure that our bow is going to sit on top of the mesh and not sink down. Once again, just guiding that mesh through and then finding the work form and twisting those pipe cleaners on the work form. All right, now it's nice and secure, so we can really fluff out our bow. I always kind of make sure that wherever my bow is, I don't want to cover up the sign too much. It's okay if it hangs over a little bit, so I always kind of pull my loops out of the way. And if I need to cut those tails down a little bit, I can always do that as well. That is so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so next step, you're going to have pre-cut ribbon tails, okay? Now, I already dovetailed mine, but yours are not going to be, they're not going to come pre-dovetail. So you can dovetail or you can cut them at an angle. So I pre-dovetailed mine just to save us time. You're going to have 9 of these and 8, I think 8 of these. Let me count. I'm pretty sure it's 8 though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 9 of this stack and 8 of this stack. So we're going to start off with our green and the poinsettias. And I'm going to lay out that 2.5-inch ribbon. And then we're going to lay out that green ribbon, canvas ribbon, right on top. We're going to find the middle and give it a pinch. And then right here next to our bow, we are going to add in that ribbon tail. So you're just going to find those twisty ties, lay it right in there, give them a few good twists, and now you can fluff out that ribbon. So I always kind of just like to spread my ribbon apart so we can see all of the pretty, pretty ribbon. So we're going to keep on doing that same thing, but now we're going to do it with the red sparkly and the mistletoe. Look how beautiful that is. Find the middle. We're going to go right down here, put it in, give it a few good twists. And once it's nice and secure, you can kind of just spread that ribbon apart. Very, very beautiful. You can leave it in a V if you want to. You don't have to spread out the ribbon, but I really like it. I like to spread out the ribbon. And you're just going to keep on doing that same pattern over and over and over again. Just going right next door to where you left off, twisting that in, and then fanning out the ribbon. The great thing is this kit does not have directional ribbon, so you don't have to worry about what is upside down and what is not. All right, we're going to put that right in there. Give it a few good twists. And then just fan those out. So you can see all of that beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Open up that twisty tie, lay those tails right in, give it some twist, and then fan out that ribbon. Once it's in those twisty ties, it should be really nice and tight, just like the mesh. So you should be able to move that ribbon around without it slipping out of the tinsel. Just be mindful that you're getting those twisty ties nice and tight. Also, guys, we are done with these sections. So if you don't like the tinsel ties sticking out, this is the time. You can take your nippers and you can cut off those tinsel ties. I don't mind them on this design. I think they're kind of cute. Gives a little white accent. Kind of plays on the sign a little bit. But if you don't like the tinsel ties, you can just take your nippers and you can cut those. You can cut those right off. No problem. Okay, so here, beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to do the same exact thing, but we're going to do it all along the bottom. So we're just layering these ribbons, finding the middle, and then opening up those twisty ties down at the bottom and twisting them in on the bottom. Now, the bottom, guys, I do leave them in a V. I do leave them in a V because if you spread them all out, which is fine, you can. I just think it looks cleaner in a V, and this is going on your door, and the ribbons kind of blow around. So I kind of just think of that too, like, ooh, that's a lot of ribbon to fluff out for your client if you're selling this, for your own front door. So I really do just like to leave these in that nice V pattern. You can do, oh my gosh, guys, look what I did. That's why I was confused. I accidentally put a mistletoe on top of the poinsettia. That doesn't look right. I did that in my last tutorial that I just did. Okay. Anyone yelling at the camera, Courtney, wait, you're doing the wrong layers. Pay attention. Pay attention. So the great thing too is all of this ribbon is wired. So that gives you the ability to manipulate it, to move it around, and it stay in place. Whenever you're making a wreath, you really do want to make sure that you are using wired ribbon, unless you're making like a floppy bow, which is totally fine. But if you're making a mesh wreath like this, and you use non-wired ribbon, ooh, these ribbon tails will be just everywhere. They'll just be flopping around, not staying in place. So you definitely want to make sure that you are using wired ribbon. All right. Looking great. Almost done. Y'all are doing so good. Like I said, if you want this kit, guys, you can get it at thesouthernhouse.com. If you're watching this at a later time and these are already sold out, just go to my kit tab. I'll have different kits in stock because this is Christmas 2025. If it is past Christmas 2025, y'all, if you're watching this a year from now, I'm not going to have this kit in stock anymore, y'all. So I will always have some sort of kit, though. So just go and check them out at thesouthernhouse.com. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's look at that. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. That's really beautiful. Okay, one last step. You're going to get wire. You're going to get wire in your kit. And what you're going to do is you're going to find the top and you're just going to thread that wire through and you're going to push up. You can either use your thumb or some needle nose pliers. And now you have a little hanger for your wreath. Beautiful! You did that! Woo! Oh my gosh, it looks so good, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me and my small business, Southern House. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Y'all are amazing. Stay tuned, 2026. We're going to have so many kits. Like, y'all are going to get sick of me. Y'all are going to get sick of me. We have so many kits. I already have so many planned out. I'm already ordering supplies, already storing them. So 2026, y'all, it's going to be crazy, 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 crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting me and my small business again. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Until we craft again. Bye, guys. Thank you, thank you.